Say hello to our Stickman guide, the expert in all things quick and clever. Today, he's ready to show you how to study math at a pace that might make calculators jealous. With just a few simple moves and a dash of Stickman wisdom, you'll discover shortcuts and tricks that make math seem almost too easy. Get ready for some speedy problem solving and a few laughs along the way. Who knew learning math could be this much fun? Have you ever wondered why math seems so tricky for so many people? It's not just about numbers and formulas. Sometimes, it's all in our heads. Most folks get stuck because they believe math is something you're either born good at or not. But here's the twist. Changing your mindset can turn those scary equations into friendly puzzles. Imagine approaching math with curiosity instead of fear, just like our Stickman, who's ready to tackle any challenge with a smile. With a simple shift in attitude, math can go from confusing to surprisingly fun. Big math problems can seem intimidating, kind of like facing a giant pizza that's way too big for one bite. But here's a trick. Break that problem into smaller slices, just like our Stickman would do. Each slice is easier to handle, and before you know it, you're making progress one piece at a time. By tackling each tiny part, the whole problem becomes much less scary. So, next time you see a huge math challenge, remember the Stickman's pizza strategy: divide and conquer, and enjoy each bite. Let's discover how spotting patterns can turn tricky problems into quick wins. Imagine our Stickman friend staring at a jumble of numbers. Suddenly, he notices a repeating sequence. With a little grin, he draws a shortcut arrow, skipping over the slow steps. Patterns are like secret pathways that help us solve problems faster. The more you practice, the easier it gets to spot these clever tricks. So next time you're stuck, look for shapes, repeats, or simple rules hiding in plain sight. Who knew problem solving could feel like a fun puzzle game? Sometimes, the best way to understand a complicated idea is to break it down into its simplest parts. By using basic shapes and stick figures, you can turn even the trickiest concepts into something you can see and grasp. Our friendly Stickman is here to show you that a circle, a line, and a few arrows can explain almost anything. Whether it's math, science, or just figuring out how to organize your day, these minimalist drawings make learning less intimidating and a lot more fun. So let's stick to the basics and watch big ideas become crystal clear. Let's talk about the magic of writing down every single step, even the ones that seem way too obvious. You might think, surely I don't need to write that I'm adding two numbers. But trust me, Stickman knows, skipping steps is how sneaky mistakes slip in. By jotting everything down, you catch errors before they trip you up, and you build a clear roadmap for your brain to follow. It's like leaving breadcrumbs for your future self. Plus, when you look back, you'll see exactly where things went right, or hilariously wrong. The more you practice this, the faster you'll learn, and the fewer facepalm moments you'll have. Ever feel lost in a jungle of numbers and symbols? Stickman has a secret weapon: arrows, lines, and doodles. With just a few simple shapes, even the trickiest equations can be transformed into easy-to-follow maps. Arrows point the way, lines connect the dots, and doodles add a touch of personality. Suddenly, each step makes sense, and the path to the solution is clear. Who knew math could be this friendly, and maybe even a little fun? Have you ever wondered why some math facts just slip away, while others seem to stick forever? The secret is spaced repetition. Instead of cramming all at once, you review information at carefully timed intervals. It's like watering a plant. Not too much, not too little, just enough to help it grow strong. Each review strengthens your memory, making math concepts harder to forget. So, next time you're studying, remember, timing is everything. With spaced repetition, your brain gets the perfect workout, and math starts to feel a lot less mysterious. Imagine you're teaching math to your Stickman friend. He's got a big smile, but he's counting on you to explain things clearly. As you walk him through the steps, you'll quickly notice which parts make sense and which ones leave you both scratching your heads. If you stumble, don't worry. Your Stickman pal is patient and always ready for a second try. This simple exercise helps you spot gaps in your understanding, turning confusion into clarity. Plus, it's way more fun than talking to yourself. Let's face it, remembering formulas can feel like trying to juggle spaghetti. But here's a tip. Silly stories and simple analogies can make those tricky rules stick. Imagine a stickman trying to balance a giant pie to remember pi in math, or picture him tiptoeing across a bridge for the bridge rule in grammar. The sillier the story, the easier it is to recall. Analogies work too. Think of multiplication as stacking boxes or fractions as slicing a pizza. When your brain gets a funny image or a relatable comparison, it's much less likely to forget. So don't be afraid to get creative and let your imagination do the heavy lifting. Let's face it, nobody likes making mistakes. But here's a secret. Mistakes are actually your best friends when it comes to learning fast. When you mess up quickly, you get instant feedback, which tells you exactly what needs fixing. Think of it like a stickman tripping over a line. He learns to step higher next time. The faster you spot and fix your errors, the quicker you improve. So, don't tiptoe around mistakes. Embrace them, fix them, and watch yourself get better in record time. After all, every great stickman was once a wobbly doodle. Imagine turning a dull practice session into a thrilling race against time. By setting mini challenges, you give yourself clear goals like solving 5 math problems before the timer runs out. Suddenly, practice feels less like a chore and more like a game. Even our stickman friend gets a boost of energy, sprinting to beat the clock with a big grin. These little competitions can make learning fun and help you stay focused. Plus, you'll be surprised how much faster you improve when you're having a good time. Meet the Humble Checklist, your new best friend for staying organized. With just a few lines and boxes, you can easily see what skills you've nailed and which ones still need a little polish. As you tick off each item, you'll get a satisfying sense of progress, almost like a stickman doing a happy dance. If something needs more attention, just leave it unchecked and come back later. Checklists keep things simple, clear, and surprisingly fun. Who knew that a few squiggly lines could help you master anything? Even the smartest stickman needs a break sometimes. When you're learning new math skills, your brain works hard to make sense of all those numbers and shapes. Taking tiny breaks gives your mind a chance to recharge, just like a battery. During these pauses, your brain quietly organizes what you've learned and gets ready for more. It's like pressing the refresh button, but for your thoughts. So, don't be afraid to stretch, wiggle, or doodle a little. Your math powers will thank you. When it comes to learning math, finding the right resources can make all the difference. Look for videos that break down tricky concepts into bite-sized pieces. Bonus points if they feature stickman characters showing off their math moves. Apps are another great tool, offering interactive practice and instant feedback to keep things fun and stress-free. And don't forget about stickman-style guides, which use simple drawings and arrows to explain problems in a way that's easy to follow. The best resources are clear, engaging, and designed to help you learn quickly without feeling overwhelmed. With a little searching, you'll discover that math doesn't have to be a headache. It can even be a stickman adventure. Let's dive into the world of stickman cheat sheets. Start by drawing a simple stickman, no fancy details needed. Use arrows and basic shapes to highlight key ideas or steps. Add short notes next to each diagram, keeping everything clear and easy to read. The goal is to make your review lightning fast, so focus on what matters most. Stickman can show actions, emotions, or even processes, all with just a few lines. Remember, simplicity is your secret weapon for quick recall. Staying motivated isn't always easy, but celebrating small wins can make a big difference. Imagine our stickman friend finally solving a tricky puzzle or learning a new dance move, arms raised in victory. These little moments of success help build confidence and keep you moving forward. Even tiny achievements like finishing a task or remembering where you left your keys deserve a happy dance. By recognizing and enjoying these victories, you'll find motivation sneaking up on you when you least expect it. So go ahead, celebrate those small wins. They add up to big progress. Let's face it, math can sometimes feel like a maze, but don't worry. Stickman is here to help you dodge the most common traps. One sneaky pitfall is overcomplicating problems, like adding extra steps when a simple solution is right in front of you. Another classic mistake is skipping the basics, which is a bit like trying to run before you learn to walk. Stickman recommends starting with the fundamentals, double-checking your work, and breaking big problems into smaller, manageable pieces. Remember, even the simplest stick can build a strong foundation. With a little patience and a clear head, you'll be solving math puzzles with ease. Sometimes the trick to solving a tough problem is just asking a simple question. Imagine our stickman scratching his head, then suddenly asking, "What's really happening here?" Instantly, things start to make more sense. By breaking down the situation and looking for the basics, even the hardest puzzles can become a lot less intimidating. It's amazing how a little curiosity can open big doors. So, don't be afraid to ask simple questions. They might just be the key you need. Let's wrap things up with a quick review of the fastest, most effective math study hacks, all personally approved by our stickman expert. First, break big problems into smaller steps, just like stickman tackles one line at a time. Use arrows to connect ideas and draw simple diagrams to visualize tricky concepts. Practice regularly, even if it's just a few minutes each day, because stickman knows consistency beats cramming. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Even stickman sometimes needs a hand, or a stick. And finally, keep your workspace clear and your mind focused. With these hacks, you'll be solving math problems faster than stickman can draw a smiley face. And remember, with the right tricks up your sleeve, anyone can study math so fast it almost feels illegal. Just imagine our stickman zooming through equations, leaving a trail of numbers in his wake. But be careful. Not even the math police can keep up with these speedy study skills. So keep practicing, stay curious, and enjoy the ride. Who knew math could be this much fun?